Hi, welcome to my channel. I am Elise, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of the town I live in, Darien, Georgia. If you've watched my previous videos, I've given you a walking tour of the art and art galleries in our area. I've taken you on a tour of places to eat along the waterfront, and lastly, a tour of places to shop. So today I thought I'd take you on a tour of services offered within a 1 mile loop of walking distance around downtown Darien. We have many other services up 17. Oftentimes we have to go into Brunswick or even as far as Savannah or Jacksonville, but there are services right here that you may not know about. So whether you're visiting Darien or thinking about moving here, I want to give a shout out to the local businesses and services offered right here by the waterfront. So we're going to start with my own business, the studio. I consider myself more of a service business than a retail business, though I do offer an art gallery full of beautiful art. I primarily focus on classes. I teach fitness classes. I have morning classes Monday through Saturday that include cardio dance, light weights, chair fitness, senior fit, yoga. I do have an evening yoga as well, and a great lineup of classes. So if you're here visiting or moving to the area, there are gyms that where you have to sign a contract and you have to drive 20-30 minutes to get to them. But guess what? There's a place right here where you can get a great workout in. So whether you're just staying for a week, I have a drop-in rate, or you're moving here and looking for some fun group fitness classes, I got you covered. I also do art classes, kind of a weird mix of art as well, and I offer art lessons for kids and adults. I offer event space to be used for birthday parties and other events. You can rent the space, or you can hire me and I will do a painting party. And I do sip and paints on the weekend. So I cover a lot in a very cool space in the historic downtown area. This building I'm in used to be a hotel and dates back to the early 1900s. Original floors. There's probably some ghosts that live here. So here is the fitness area, and lots of space to move. So check that out. My website is darienstudio.com, and you can get all the info there. And I am going to list my business as well as other businesses, links to their Facebook and websites. So check the comments for that in the description. All right. So let's begin the tour. I'm going to take you outside and start making our loop. So here I am outside of my own business, the studio. There's the bridge coming into Darien. And typically I turn right on these tours and then turn right on Broad Street. But today I am turning left. And we are going to walk here across the way. This is 17, or also known as Walton Street. And up ahead are some businesses that I would like to mention. First, coming up is a salon where you need tanning supplies. This has got you covered. Here we have Darien Barber Shop. So in town, when you need your hair trimmed. And down the street a little bit more. Hi. Oh, thank you. We've got a real estate office, so if you are looking for property, a home in our beautiful county, you can stop in here. We have our local newspaper, the Darien News, in their office. So this is to the left. And if we kept walking, if you recall, looking at the other videos, please go back and look at those if you didn't. There's the courthouse. Up ahead there is the McIntosh Art Center. And up a little further is a convenience store on the left. But I'm going to turn us down this way and cut back across. So I'll catch you in a little bit. I'm going to walk to the end of this street and turn left. There are several attorneys' offices throughout town, but I am heading back up away from 17, getting ready to approach Screven Street, and going to turn left. We'll be back on the back side of my business. This is housing back here, but this will turn us back toward the water and back toward town area, and it's a pleasant little walk, especially on a pretty day like this. So I'm at the end of Screven and I'm turning left. So all I've done is a great big block square around, and up ahead there is the building that I'm in. This lovely tree is blocking our view. Let me get around right there. You should recognize the color, the blue building. But right here in this building, tucked away, is another attorney's office and also a massage therapist. Massage Works is the business name, and I have personally gone. Stephanie has helped me tremendously with some injuries as a fitness instructor. You run into a few things, so I highly recommend her. There are two other opportunities too, and I'll point those out as well. So I'm going to go in between right here. That's the entrance to the attorney's office, and right here is the entrance to the Massage Works. And then it's got a little alleyway. That's the back end of our coffee shop, Shanty Cafe. And that's going to take you around here and back out to our main drag, which is Broad Street. We're right over here. I am back on Broad Street. I've turned right. There's our Mexican restaurant. I'm gonna keep heading up. And ahead is our hardware store. First Hardware. And of course they have all your hardware needs, plants, fishing gear, that sort of thing. But if you need a key made, they can do that for you. So there it is just ahead. Yeah. So rather than walking all the way over there, that's Marsh right here, just to give you reference. And then there's the hardware store. I'm gonna cross over and I'm gonna head down this hill toward the water. But before I go down the hill, check out Dockside Massage. I have friends that go there that highly recommend it. So yes, another opportunity to get a massage when here. All right, so back down the hill. So see, this is Screven Street, Screven and Broad. So all I did was a block around and cut through over there, walk down Broad. All right, so I'm heading down this hill toward the water. Here we are at Marsh Pirate. There's the water, right there on the waterfront. And you can dock your boat here. You pay a fee to dock your boat. There are more docks there. I guess that's through the city. To be honest, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. But since I don't have a boat, maybe one day. But what Marsh Pirate also has is a reel spooling service. So with your fishing needs, when you pull your boat in, they can help you. Alright, so I'm U-turning. I'm walking back up the hill, heading back up toward Broad Street. So many of our businesses offer event space for parties and business meetings, club meetings, etc. Tabby House being one. They have a beautiful room upstairs that can be rented and utilized. Down the hill, Skipper's back there. I know that they have an area that you can rent for private parties. As I mentioned, my space. You can rent for parties. I'm having 2 baby showers this month, the month of May. All right, I'm back on Broad and Screven and turning right. Walking past a couple of our local businesses. I've mentioned them in previous videos, so be sure to check that out. And here, rather than walking on the road, I'll just cut right through. Right over here, we have C2C printing. So maybe you have some printing needs when you're here. Right here. I get things printed. They do signs, banners, so forth. Very friendly, quick service. Right there. I have crossed the street, crossed 17. Very busy, look both ways. There again is the bridge. There's Broad Street behind me. There's my building on Walton Street or 17. Welcome to Darien. I've crossed over. We have another real estate office here for your real estate needs. And so there's River's Edge. There is, in between there, steps down to the waterfront park. And right here on the right, behind all these beautiful oak trees, is the Hotel Oaks on the River. And they also have massage service and other spa treatments. You certainly, if you're a guest at the hotel, but you don't have to be. I'm going to continue on up the road here. Nice sidewalk to walk on. Here on Fort King George is the road that I'm on. It's across the street directly across from Oaks on the River. It's a coffee shop, but it also offers a clinic. There's the information there. So yeah, kind of an interesting combo. I will say that's unique to Darien. Many businesses offer a variety of different services. Hey, there's our friendly rooster. Incidentally, I think you can rent bikes through Oaks on the River as well. So if you're here visiting and want to rent a bike, I would contact them. The hotel also provides event space. Many weddings and receptions have been held there. Certainly any of your needs could be met by the hotel, so they're definitely worth investigating, not just for a stay, but for all the services that they offer. So I'm still heading down Fort King George. Up ahead is Fort King George, and there's some churches, there's another restaurant, there's the Masonic Lodge, but it's primarily residential. I'm going to turn left here on Franklin Street and head into Vernon Square. Approaching now historic Vernon Square. I have featured this area on the other videos that you can go back and see. There are a number of churches, pretty much every denomination here in Darien. There's a beautiful fountain here in the center. Come sit on a bench, contemplate life. And crossing over, if you recall, there was Sugar Marsh, the chocolate store, on the right. And on the left over here is Open Gates Bed and Breakfast. They too offer wedding services, special events, family reunions. They have a wonderful chef, and yeah, so you definitely want to see all their offerings and come stay a while. Another beautiful historic church. Many of the churches also have halls where you can rent for, again, your events, your weddings, etc. So I'm leaving Vernon Square. I've circled around. There's my blue building up ahead. And that really is pretty much it. We have all of our city services up here. So if you're moving to the area, you will probably need to know these buildings at some point. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Much more ahead. I've got more to show. I want to talk about the history of Darien. I want to talk about other points of interest. So please subscribe, check out my other videos, and I'll see you again soon.